Oh, dude, that looks amazing.
No, that's a much better spot right there.
Bet you plate of wings I can catch a fish before you.
Deal. Dude, I don't know where the fish are.
There's got to be a YouTube video about this.
About fly fishing in the winter? Dude, who's gonna make that video? Who would even watch that? We're the only guys out here today anyways.
Hey, I found one. In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know to find fish during the winter, including what type of water to look in, what kinds of rivers to fish, and the best time of day to be out there. First, let's talk about where to look. During spring, summer, and fall, rivers are running with a fair amount of water. This creates a ton of different types of water, things like riffles, pockets, eddies, pools, and runs. In the winter, water is often at its lowest point, and so those favorite summertime riffles might just be a trickle or not there at all. Lower water means that fish are concentrated in specific areas of the river, the best holding water. And that's why I think it's easier to find fish during the winter than any other season. There's less places for fish to hide. The type of water you're looking for in the winter is slower, deeper stuff. Pools and runs are the places where fish will spend the majority of their time. And if you're newer to fly fishing or aren't familiar with runs, riffles, pools, or even seams, you definitely need to check out our Finding Fish ebook. It covers all of that and more. I'll throw a link in the description if you're interested. So again, fish hang out in the slower, deeper water like runs and pools, and they hang out here for a few different reasons. First, it's an easy life. They don't have to move much, but there's still enough food flowing to them that they can eat. Pools and runs also offer protection for predators. They can hang out in the deeper water and blend into their surroundings. Wintertime flows often mean the water is both low and clear, which makes fish more vulnerable to birds, crazed antelope, or anglers with wing sauce dripping from their beards. And last, they offer easy food. With all the slow current, fish spend less energy eating than if they were in the faster riffles and runs. Plus, when winter rolls around, the bugs that hatch in the faster water, caddis, mayflies, and stoneflies, aren't active. Fish won't waste their energy in fast water when they can sit in slower water, conserve energy, and eat at their own pace. And here's a bonus tip. If you're fishing one of these spots and you catch one fish, chances are you'll be able to catch a couple more before they wise up. Trout tend to pot up in this type of water, like I mentioned earlier, so make sure you thoroughly fish one of these spots before moving on to the next. Another thing worth discussing is the water temperature itself. Just like trout become lethargic and lazy in the summer when water temperatures are too high, a trout's metabolism slows down when water temps dip below 50 degrees, and even more beyond 40. Once you get close to freezing, the fish all but stop eating. If you're the type to take temperature readings with a streamside thermometer, you can certainly use that information to help you decide if you want to fish on a certain day. But I prefer to use a little trick Spencer taught me. You can look for something called anchor ice to tell you if the water's too cold. Anchor ice is ice that's anchored to the shore and extends out into the river, often leaving just a small channel open where the water moves the quickest. Areas without anchor ice are generally warm enough for fish to be in. You're also going to want to avoid water with floating ice chunks. That's usually a sign the water is just a bit too cold for the fish. All right, so we need to target the slower, deeper water and make sure the temperature's right. So what type of river are we looking for? Which ones are likely to stay warm enough and have the right deep pools and runs for productive winter fishing? Your best bet is either a tailwater or a spring creek. Tailwaters are rivers that flow out of a dam. Because they come from dams, the water is usually drawn from the bottom of a lake, which is a stable temperature year-round. It's also not as cold as the frozen water on top of a lake during winter. Spring creeks are primarily fed by springs, which don't fluctuate much in temperature. Because of those warmer water temps, both of these river types stay a more stable temp throughout the year, especially the closer you are to the source. The rivers could freeze up the lower you get. Another consideration to make when it comes to winter fly fishing is time of day, and I've got great news. You can sleep in. The best time to be on the water is the warmest part of the day, which is typically 10 to 3. This gives you the best chance at finding some active midges and will allow the water temps to reach their peak. Now, all this information's well and good, but there's something we haven't covered yet. How in the heck are you supposed to stay warm and not turn into an icicle on the river? Is that even possible? In the next video, we'll cover how to stay warm so you can actually enjoy your time on the water. Check it out right here.